Hello and welcome. The Live Life Like an Ocean podcast is back. I think it's been over a year now that I didn't record a podcast episode. And a few days ago, I had this little impulse to create a new episode and to bring this podcast back to life. And I'm so happy about it and excited at the same time. I thought, hey, why not starting with new ideas directly in the old year and not wait for New Year or New Year's resolution to come? And so I'm back in your ears and very excited about it. And I want to share with you some thoughts about the season we are in. Winter solstice is getting closer at the moment, at least in the northern hemisphere, and it's close to the shortest day of the year. And this episode I called The Sunrise of Hope, or The Return of the Light. And I want to share with you some thoughts and insights about this time of the year, about retreat, finding peace and silence within, about connecting to nature this time of the year, but also how it can help us to recharge, to find strength within, and to encourage you to take time for your self-care, going within, and to see the beauty and hope this lies in the season. And even if the days become shorter and more darkness is around us. I want to read to you a little essay I wrote about swimming at night on the English Channel. And on a side note, about the whole swim, I will make a whole podcast episode. So this is only a little outtake. And as I said, I will make a whole episode about how the swim went. But for now, I want to read to you this little essay I wrote a little while ago. It's called Lessons from Swimming Through a Pitch Black Night, or How the Ocean Taught Me to Overcome My Fears. When I got off that boat in the middle of a dark, cold night to swim the short distance to the shore, to the starting point of my English Channel swim, my knees were shaking, my heart was racing, and I felt this big knot in my stomach. I got into this pitch-black water and followed the little spot of light to the shore. Everything seemed to be black. Even the white cliffs were only a dark grey shadow. I was in fear, but the desire to reach the other shore in France was much bigger, and so I started my journey through the darkness. My mind was sending me pictures of lurking sharks and other sea creatures from the depths. It was as if my mind wanted to get me out of this. But in the struggle of mind against heart, my heart always wins, and so it didn't let me turn back. My heart knew that I could do this. It is feeling the fear and doing it with a focus on what lies just in front of you, to put it into small, reachable steps. For me, this meant just follow the tiny light from the boat, stroke by stroke. I knew that fear is only a self-produced perception caused by the unknown, a survival instinct activated through the presence of a pitch-black ocean. As I swam hours through the dark, I realized that I was surrendering, and suddenly, with every breath I took, I became aware of the beautiful stars in the dark sky. After hours, the night turned more and more into blue colors. It got brighter until I witnessed the first rays of the rising sun on the horizon. With the rising sun, all my fears were gone, and this deep knowing entered my heart. You can only see the beauty of the stars in the darkness. After every dark period will be a new dawn, a new beginning. There are always friends by your side, even if you can't see them. They will carry you like the waves to the other shore. Follow your heart, because love will conquer fear, always. In the end, you will be fine. But I know, somehow, that only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. Martin Luther King. So when we are approaching the dark, long nights, what are your fears you need to face so that you can let them go and see your stars in the night sky? And aren't stars and the moon symbols that even in the darkest times there's light and hope to find? When I swam through the night and when I saw that the light had shifted, an immediate hope and gratitude came up for me. I made it through the night and I was still swimming. Maybe I'll make it to the other side. And that's the same feeling I have with the winter solstice. We finally arrived at the point of the shortest days, and soon there will be spring on the horizon. As we can learn to appreciate this period, I would love to ask you how you can make the best out of it. How can you take time to relax and retreat? Taking care of yourself, maybe taking time off to think about what is truly important to you in your life. What are your dreams and desires? And notice especially the fears that may come up around these thoughts. Because, yeah, magic happens outside the comfort zone. And yeah, where do you want to go to see the stars and experience a sunrise of hope? What's your ocean you would love to swim at night, despite of the fears you have? Maybe you want to make time to write down all these wishes and dreams you have and let go of these things, thoughts and experiences that only burden you and holding you back. You don't need them anymore for the returning of the light. During this time of the year, take time for rest. Eat nourishing and healthy food, not only for your body but also for your soul. Maybe you want to sleep more or go for a walk and take nature in with all your senses. Maybe you want to take your time to finally read this book, what's on your shelf for so long, or you want to put out your paintbrushes and pencils to draw this sketch. What's yeah what projects are so long on your mind you want to take on? Winter solstice is like ebb tide. The sea has withdrawn. The seabed lies there, a quiet atmosphere. The crabs hide under the seaweed. The seashells retreat in the sand. Everything seems to rest and restore, waiting for the next tide to come. And like the next tide will come, that's for sure, so will the light. There will be a new sunrise, a sunrise of hope. Maybe you like to do a little return of the light meditation with me, especially on the day of winter solstice. And yeah, maybe you come back to this episode on that day and I will walk you through this meditation or through these thoughts. Switch off your lights and prepare to have a candle and a lighter with you. And sit for a while, for a moment in the darkness. Don't close your eyes. Try to be aware of what you can sense, literally with all your senses. What can you see despite it's dark? What can you hear? What can you smell? Can you feel the chair you are sitting on? Or maybe you can touch your arms. How does it feel like, especially when it's dark? When you experience thoughts that worry you, stay with your breath. Gently breathe in and out. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. You are safe. Nothing can harm you. When you feel calm and still, then take your candle and your lighter and light your candle. Watch the flame and how it brightens your room. What can you see now? Maybe flickering shadows. What's the color of the flame? What can you feel? Maybe you feel warmer. Let the feeling of hope and gratitude for the return of the light reach your heart. I hope you enjoyed this episode and this little meditation. And yeah, I want to wish you a wonderful Christmas, wonderful winter solstice, wonderful holidays, and of course, a happy new year. And I hope you, will listen to this podcast in the next year, and maybe you like to join the Live Life Like an Ocean community, where we dive deeper into this kind of things, and into the joy of working with the seasons and how it can help us to connect to the heart and creating a life that feels more joyful and free. I put the link into the show notes. I would love to welcome you in the community, and it's really a very heartfelt community, and I call it the community for ocean lovers and dream chasers. So maybe you like to join, and we will especially celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, where we create our own retreat for this time of the year, and it's called A Journey with the Tides. And maybe you like to join. And if you like to subscribe to my newsletter, I call the Salty Soul Letter to a Friend. I put the link also into the show notes as well. And you will also have the possibility to get a free guide I call Time Out by the Ocean. It's a little guide to help you pause and balance stressful times in your daily life. Maybe you like to get that. I put the links into the show notes. So I'm happy you made it so far and listened to the podcast. If you have any questions, feedback, or insights you want to share, send me a message. I love to hear from you. And so lots of love and light, and don't forget to live life like an ocean.